Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Antlion ModMic 5. I'm very much honoured that Antlion sent me this all the way from the USA. I had previously reviewed the ModMic 4, and I actually use it pretty much on a daily basis. This is the omnidirectional ModMic, whereas I'd previously also reviewed the unidirectional ModMic. Now the ModMic 5 has a switch which allows you to switch between omni and unidirectional sound. I'll get into that in just a little second in terms of the build quality. And just as an FYI, right now the sounds that you can hear are coming from the ModMic 5. So it's a little teaser of the recording quality tests. And yes, I will compare the 4 versus 5 for people who actually previously own it in order to see if it's worth upgrading or not. Now, the ModMic 5 can be found on Amazon UK for £60, so it's pretty expensive given the fact that the ModMic 4 ranged from £43 for the omnidirectional to £40 for the unidirectional one. So it's definitely a step up in terms of price. On Amazon USA, you'll find the 5 for $70, sorry, and the 4 ranging from $50 to $55 depending on the version and the mute enabled or disabled version. So be it in the UK or in the US, you're getting quite a step up in terms of price. So that's also one thing that we're going to discuss to see if it's worth that extra price difference, both in terms of recording or the build quality or whatever it might be. I should also mention that Antlion also sent me a USB adapter, the Antlion USB adapter, which is essentially a rebranded C media panel USB sound card. They also sent me a Antlion Audio Y adapter, which is really used for connecting to the ModMic to a console or a smartphone. Unfortunately, I didn't really find a use for that because I don't really play on I don't play on consoles anymore, and for mobiles, well, I'll never use something like the ModMic. I don't see where the operation would be useful, but nevertheless, it's an adapter they've provided me. Again, links will be down in the description below. You can find it on Antlion's website, or you can find it on Amazon UK or US respectively. Again, all the links will be down in the description below, including my old reviews of the unidirectional and omnidirectional ModMics. So without further ado, let's go into the build quality and design of the ModMic 5 and then go into the recording tests. So here I'm going to run you through what you get within the ModMic 5 box. You've got a manual, you've got a mic mute switch button, as you can see, with a little red and green dot to indicate if it's muted or not. You've got the case, which is actually very nice. It's actually an improvement over the previous case because it's got like a velvet-esque finish to it, making it very nice. Within it, just like the ModMic 4, you've got this little compartment to put your clasps and whatnot. Speaking about clasps, you've got many to choose from inside here, and you've got the 3M adhesive sticker to prevent it from dropping, and you've got little plastic bits to attach the headphone cable to your ModMic, and you've got a little cleaning alcohol pad in order to clean your headphones before applying the clasps on there. All very useful to have. I haven't used it just simply because I've got the ModMic 4. You've also got a new addition. This is a kind of like a headphone cable and ModMic attachment. It opens up and it allows you to have proper cable management. Now the beauty of this is that you can have both useful, it can be useful for both people who want to use the ModMic occasionally or people who use it all the time. But for me, I don't like using that because sometimes I use my headphones without the ModMic and therefore will never use something like that. But it's good that Antlion have actually added it in, but you could probably buy this separately on eBay for a pretty cheap price if you so wish. Now, moving on to the cables, you've got two separate cables, one of which is 1 meter, as you can see over here, female to male jack, whilst the other one is 2 meters. Now, I use the 2 meter one to use it on desktop, but given the fact that this is also aimed at people who use an Xbox One and PS4, I can see where the 1 meter version will be useful. Now moving to the ModMic itself, you can see it's got an extremely short cable. It's clear that Antlion want a more modular design, but I didn't quite understand why this cable is so short because it'll never be useful in any other any operation, at least none that I can think of. The the actual design of it is fantastic yet again. You can adjust where this headphone is just by headphone claspers, just by simply unscrewing it. Now this part of the stem of the mod mic is a lot thicker and a lot harder. Now this might be a good thing for some people who don't adjust their mics as much, but if you seem to be adjusting your mic every now and then, if I just get the mod mic 4, you'll be able to see how the cable differs. Now you might think, okay, it's much thinner, therefore it's much worse. Well, yes and no. If I'm moving the mod mic here and there, it's not going to cause any sort of thing, breakage by the mic or anywhere else. Whereas with the mod mic 5, because it's so thick, if you just simply move this, maybe you'll be able to see, but you can see a slight crack over here of the mod mic units actually breaking apart. So if you're going to be adjusting this, make sure you adjust the cable itself rather than pushing with the mic, because you might actually break it over time. So it's something to bear in mind, but it's nice to see a nice thick cable. It's very sturdy. It's not flappy of any sorts. Yep, like Flappy Bird. Yeah, bring back something from the past. Yeah, it's very much sturdy. Now, in terms of the actual mod mic itself, it's very clever. It's got two separate microphones, the omnidirectional and unidirectional. Now, you've got it on. You've got this option straight from the microphone rather than two separate microphones like you had with the ModMic 4.0. So those little switches are very useful, very nice to have, and it's good fact that Antlion have actually thought about this. And I'll get into the sound quality test now so you guys can hear the difference between the two and a comparison between the ModMic 4.0, sorry. So everything you can hear right now is coming straight from the ModMic 5. So you can hear for yourselves how it actually sounds. In my opinion, it sounds very good. Now, you've got two modes, as you remember. You've got the omnidirectional and the unidirectional. Right now it's set to the omnidirectional mode, and I'm going to set it to the unidirectional mode so you can hear the difference. Straight away you probably heard a difference there, let alone from the click. So yes, when you switch between the modes you get an audible click, so you can hear it. Now, in my opinion, just like the reviews I had for the separate ModMic 4.0 mics, the unidirectional one sounds a little bit more clustered, but that said, you won't be able to hear as much sounds from the outside. If I continue clicking and you can hopefully hear a little bit more, sorry, now, because it's using the omnidirectional mic, and then switching back to the unidirectional mic, so you can hear probably a little bit less. Essentially, the unidirectional mic picks up just a little bit less sound. It condenses the sound a little bit more to you, so it isolates the sound a bit more, whereas the omnidirectional one picks up a little bit more frequencies. Therefore, if you want better sound quality, go to the... You guessed it. So yeah, go to the omnidirectional version, if you omnidirectional mode, if you want to have a better sound quality, simply because it picks up a broader range of frequencies. But because of that, you also will pick up more external sounds. For example, if you're typing on your keyboard or whatnot, or for example, as I said, like the clicking left and right, or external noise. So if you're in a noisy environment, you can quickly switch. Now, in terms of the sound quality itself, it's pretty much identical to the ModMic 4, and I'll go in terms of the ModMic 4 and quickly show you a comparison, but essentially there is hardly any difference, if any. I think it's using the exact same microphone used within the ModMic 4. It might be slightly improved in certain frequencies, but it's very hard to tell. When I did my own tests, I found it very hard to tell the difference. In fact, I'm actually going to quickly cut the video so you can quickly hear the ModMic 4. And now everything you can hear is coming straight from the ModMic 4.0 omnidirectional mic. So you're probably able to hear it's a very slight difference, if anything. If you cycle through my video, you might be like, well, I can't hear a difference. Well, to me, it's very minor. The ModMic 5.0 is slightly cleaner. I mean, the ever so slightness of cleanness, if that makes sense. It's just a little bit more refined. But in all honesty, if you're going to be using ModMic 5 or the 4, be it on Skype, webcasts, Twitch, games, no matter what it is, the difference is not going to be noticeable to the person hearing it. Maybe to you if you're really finicky about the minor details in terms of sound. But honestly, 4.0 does a great job. Now I'm going to quickly switch back to the 5.0 to give you a conclusion to see if it's worth it over the 4.0. And we're back with ModMic 5, so everything you can hear is coming straight from the ModMic 5. So In terms of the comparison between the ModMic 4 and 5, I think it very much depends on you, but in my opinion, I don't really see the point of buying the ModMic 5 if you've got a 4. Or if you're looking to buy a mic straight out the bat, the price difference, in my opinion, isn't quite justified. Sure, you get more mics for your value, but why would you be using two different mics? I can see that some people might argue that, oh, I switch between different environments and therefore I want to switch between the mics. I get that. And in that case, then yes, go get the ModMic 5. But if you're someone like me sitting at his desk, which it's not really going to change, then why would you get one or the other? In that case, you would save yourself quite a few bucks or pounds, as so to speak, and you'll buy yourself the ModMic 4.0. Now, I'm pretty sure the 4.0 will be discontinued at some point, but while it's still available and whilst it's still cheap in comparison to the 5, I would definitely get the 4.0 because it holds a special place in the market. It's a cheap microphone. It's only about 40 odd pounds. Now, you might think that's not cheap, but it is, in comparison to what you can buy out there, for example, from a USB microphone that costs 20 odd pounds versus the recording quality you get from the ModMic 4.0 or 5.0 versus a headset. You get a lot of value for money. But then when you're talking about £70, or I think it was $80 in the $70 in the USA, you're speaking a completely different price bracket that means that it doesn't really compete anymore with headsets because you have to buy the headphone as well. So bear that in mind when looking between the two. In my opinion, if it was me, I would still choose the 4.0. I would choose the 4.0 omnidirectional mic over the 5, just because I don't see the point of having two mics in one, as I previously said. Now, I should, before ending this video, quickly demonstrate the mute functionality. So I'm going to mute the button whilst continuing. Here we go, you were continuing to speak whilst doing that. Yes, I'm talking to myself. So you can hear there's no sort of audible clicking sound of sorts or clipping. The only clipping sort of sound you'll hear is switching between the two omni and unidirectional mics. But nevertheless, there you go. That's what you get for the ModMic 5. It's up to you to be the judge. In my opinion, as I said, stick to the 4.0 or buy the 4.0 and you'll be a much happier person. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed, again providing you your unbiased, unpaid review. Make sure you give it a like, comment, subscribe, and favourite and share if you want to help this channel grow. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and bye bye.